Marketers, you know that feeling when your content just works? When you crush a viral trend before 10 a.m.? When one tiny tweak to a landing page sends click-through rates through the roof? That's Contentful. Dynamic content made blissfully simple. Contentful helps you create and launch personalized experiences instantly across any digital channel. No stress, no limits. Only possibilities. Come get the feels at Contentful.com.
BTW, FYI. Visit Nexplanon.com RN to learn about Nexplanon. It's an adjustable implant, 68 milligrams radiopaque. Or ask your HCP IRL. Okay, TTYL.
Hi, I'm Cyndi Lauper. My scalp was covered with psoriasis, which could lead to psoriatic arthritis. But Cosentyx treats both.
Cosentyx secukinumab is prescribed for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis 300 milligram dose and adults with active psoriatic arthritis 150 milligram dose. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some were fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur. Learn more at Cosentyx.com or 1-844-COSENTYX.
Cosentyx works for me.
Ask your doctor about Cosentyx.
The Jack Welch Management Institute at Strayer University helps you go from, I know the way, to I've arrived with our top 10 ranked online MBA. Gain skills you can learn today and apply tomorrow. Get ready to go from make it happen to made it happen and keep striving. Visit strayer.edu/Jack Welch MBA to learn more. Strayer University is certified to operate in Virginia by Chev and has many campuses, including at 2121 15th Street North in Arlington, Virginia.
This episode is brought to you by Polestar. There's only one true way to experience the all-electric luxury SUV Polestar 3, and that's to take a test drive. It can go from 0 to 60 in as little as 4.8 seconds with the dynamic handling of a sports car. But to truly understand how it commands the road, you need to be behind the wheel. Up to 350 miles of range, the 3D surround sound system by Bowers & Wilkins. It's all something you have to experience to believe. So book your test drive for Polestar 3 today at Polestar.com.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
If you went on a road trip and you didn't stop for a Big Mac or drop a crispy fry between the car seats or use your McDonald's bag as a placemat, then that wasn't a road trip. It was just a really long drive. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's.
Hey business owners, we know you know the importance of maximizing every dollar. With the Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business American Express card, you can make your expenses work just as hard as you. From afternoon coffee runs to stocking office supplies and even team dinners, you can earn miles on all your business expenses. Plus, you can earn 110,000 bonus miles for a limited time through July 16th. The Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business Card. If you travel, you know. Minimum spending requirements and terms apply. Offer ends 7/16/25.
The Inner Struggle, Overcoming Psychological Barriers to Achieving Your Goals abstract. The article explores several key psychological and emotional barriers that can prevent individuals and organizations from achieving their goals, even when they know what needs to be done. These include lack of sustained motivation, fear of failure, perfectionism, and lack of self-belief. Drawing on research and practical examples, the article discusses how leaders and individuals can overcome these inner obstacles through strategies like aligning goals with deeper intrinsic meaning, cultivating a learning-oriented culture, managing perfectionist tendencies, and building self-efficacy. By recognizing and addressing these psychological factors, the article argues that people and teams can learn to persistently pursue their objectives, learn from setbacks, and ultimately realize their full potential. While goal setting is an important habit for achieving success, simply setting goals is not enough. Countless people struggle to achieve their goals due to psychological and emotional challenges that get in the way. Why do we sometimes fail to follow through even when we know what we need to do? Today we will explore some of the hidden barriers that can stop us from realizing our potential and achieving what is important to us. Drawing on relevant research as well as practical examples, I will discuss how to overcome obstacles such as lack of motivation, fear of failure, perfectionism, and lack of self.
On WhatsApp, no one can see or hear your personal messages. Whether it's a voice call, message, or sending a password. To WhatsApp, it's all just this. So whether you're sharing the streaming password in the family chat or trading those late-night voice messages that could basically become a podcast, your personal messages stay between you, your friends, and your family. No one else. Not even us. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Raise the rudder! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started today at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
Belief. Recognizing and addressing these inner blocks can help both individuals and organizations persist through challenges to accomplish their objectives. Lack of motivation. A key reason we fail to achieve our goals is lack of sustained motivation. Motivation refers to the drivers that energize and direct our behavior towards an end goal. Ryan and Deci. 2000. While intrinsic motivation comes from within, extrinsic motivation is driven by rewards and external demands. Research shows that intrinsic motivation tends to be more effective for goal achievement in the long run. Deci and Ryan. 1985. When our goals are not intrinsically meaningful or stimulating, it is easy to lose motivation over time as the initial enthusiasm fades. For example, one manufacturing company set an ambitious production target but failed to motivate employees by the meaning or purpose behind the goal. Workers saw it as an arbitrary demand from management with no perceived benefit. As a result, effort declined steadily over the year as motivation waned. Leaders need to connect goals to deeper human needs for autonomy, competence and relatedness to foster sustained intrinsic drive. Deci and Ryan. 2000. Strategies like involving employees in goal setting, celebrating progress along the way, and communicating the why can reignite passion. Fear of failure. Another major reason for not reaching our objectives is fearing failure or negative consequences if we fall short. However, some level of risk-taking is necessary to achieve anything meaningful. Perfectionism and fear of failure often stem from deep-seated beliefs about our self-worth being tied to performance outcomes. Blankstein et al. 1992. When we define ourselves by what we accomplish, failure can feel devastating to our sense of identity and self-esteem. For instance, many entrepreneurs give up promising business ideas because of crippling anxiety about potential setbacks. Alternative perspectives that view failure as a normal part of the learning process can help manage this fear. Timmons and Spinelli. 2012. Leaders must cultivate a culture where mistakes are seen as opportunities rather than weaknesses. Goals should emphasize progress over unrealistic expectations of flawless execution. Companies like Google have recognized the benefits of failing fast to encourage innovation and calculated risk-taking. Edmondson. 2011. Perfectionism. Closely related to fear of failure is perfectionism, where nothing short of flawless performance is deemed acceptable. However, striving for unrealistic standards of excellence can undermine motivation and progress towards goals. Hewitt and Flett. 1991. Perfectionists persistently worry about potential mistakes and miss opportunities while aiming for unattainable levels of achievement. As an example, one account manager at a software company was unable to close a major deal for over 6 months due to concerns about every minor detail being perfect. But achievement often requires action rather than endless preparation. Letting perfectionism run unbridled can paralyze any forward movement. Learning to focus on good enough, progress over flawlessness. Asking for feedback sooner and accepting imperfect efforts as learning experiences are healthier approaches. Slaney and Ashby. 1996. Having compassion for ourselves as works in progress also counteracts all-or-nothing thinking. Lack of self-belief even with clear goals and efforts underway. A lack of self-efficacy or belief in our own capabilities to succeed can hold us back from attaining what is possible. Bandura. 1997. When we doubt our abilities to overcome challenges, it creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Low self-confidence impacts performance through decreased motivation. Persistence and resilience in the face of setbacks. For instance, at a leading technology company, one team observed their most capable engineer struggling with a difficult project simply due to lack of self-belief. Repeatedly telling herself, "I can't do this," impacted her problem-solving approach and output. Leaders played a key role in building her confidence through encouragement. Technical coaching and positive framing of past successes. Bandura and Locke. 2003. Self-belief is not inherent but developed through experiences of mastery, modeling, and social persuasion. Setting smaller, achievable goals along the way and celebrating wins helps bolster our sense of capabilities over the long run. Overcoming lack of motivation as discussed earlier. Lack of sustained intrinsic motivation is a major psychological reason goals go unfulfilled. Below are some effective approaches leaders and individuals can take. Involve stakeholders in collaborative goal setting to create buy-in and ownership over directions and targets. Communicate the why behind goals by linking objectives to core human and organizational values or missions to stimulate deeper passion and meaning. Celebrate meaningful progress and milestones along the way through recognition. Rewards or rituals to maintain enthusiasm. Reframe challenges or repetitive work as opportunities for mastery and competence development rather than burdensome tasks. Provide autonomy through choice, control, and flexibility over how goals are achieved where possible to foster feelings of self-determination. For example, at a non-profit organization, participation of frontline volunteers in strategic planning led to setting goals personally meaningful to staff like mentoring at-risk youth. Communications then emphasized how these objectives advanced the mission. Regular appreciation events and leader calls highlighting impact reinforced intrinsic reasons for persevering despite challenges. Motivation and retention significantly improved as a result. Overcoming fear of failure to effectively manage fear of failure and encourage calculated risk-taking. Promote a learning-oriented culture where failures represent valuable lessons rather than weaknesses or punishable mistakes. Set specific, measurable targets but evaluate based more on efforts, progress than perfectionistic outcomes alone. Lead by example through transparent sharing of your own failures and times you took risks despite uncertainty. Provide supportive coaching, mentoring focused on resilience, alternative perspectives, and reframing setbacks positively. Celebrate experimentation and willingness to try bold innovations, even if all attempts do not succeed initially. For instance, at a global innovation firm, leaders normalized discussions of past errors, emphasizing insights gained. Employees felt free pitching ideas knowing proposals carried no stigma if unfruitful. Failures were reframed from liabilities into learning opportunities. This fostered a dynamic, creative culture where teams iteratively solved problems through calculated risks and transparent learning from mistakes. Overcoming perfectionism. The following approaches can help manage excessive perfectionism to avoid paralysis. Set specific, action-oriented goals with clear timelines focused on progress over flawlessness. Ask for concrete, actionable feedback early and often from trusted sources rather than endless self-critique. Focus on implementing good solutions now versus waiting for a perfect answer later through incremental experimentation. Self-monitor for all or nothing thinking patterns that define worth based on outcomes alone versus effort. Counter negative self-talk with more balanced, supportive internal dialogue focused on the learning aspects of imperfection. At a manufacturing plant, one quality assurance manager realized perfectionism was delaying new product launches. She shifted her team's targets to launching faster through quicker prototyping testing cycles focused on functionality versus cosmetics. Accepting initial glitches as part of the process freed them to get products to eager customers sooner and refine iteratively based on real-world use. This good enough shift boosted speed, satisfaction, and revenues. Building self-efficacy, believing in ourselves and our capabilities to succeed through challenges, is key to goal achievement. Leaders can proactively build self-efficacy in the following ways: set smaller, achievable sub-goals with clear timeframes to experience wins along the journey. Focus feedback and performance discussions on effort, improvement versus just outcomes to bolster self-belief. Model and encourage reframing of setbacks through growth mindsets that see ability as developable versus fixed traits. Provide calibration buddies, mentoring, and social persuasion to help reframe negative self-talk in positive terms. At a construction firm, leaders noticed one foreman's doubts undermining his talented crew. Through coaching, he started breaking projects into phases, celebrating milestones and catching himself when feeling discouraged. Technical guidance boosted his confidence, as did a mindset shift toward problems as opportunities to expand his skills. Motivation and performance soared once he gained faith in his growing abilities. Conclusion: while external factors certainly impact goal achievement, psychological barriers within our control also derail accomplishments through lack of motivation, fear, perfectionism, and doubt. However, with awareness of these inner blocks and evidence-based strategies, leaders and individuals hold powerful means for overcoming self-limiting mindsets and channeling human potential. Applying approaches discussed around goal setting, culture shaping, self-management, and team building equips both organizations and people to persist through challenges, learn from failures, and accomplish what truly matters through sustainable passion, courage, and self-belief.